Welcome back to Gay in the CLE. I'm pretty sure everybody's dealing with the same frustrations. Coronavirus has got you stuck in, not able to go out to the bars like you used to, can't hang out with friends, don't get to go watch movies. And so you've probably pulled up Netflix and Amazon Prime and Disney Plus and watched about everything that you can think of. So why not listen to somebody that you don't even know for a couple of recommendations that may get you through some of your time? Heck, both of these together will probably kill in about 6 hours total for each one. So together you've got half a day that you can spend watching something that you've never even thought about watching. The first one that I'll give to you today is a little bit more a take on what's going on in society right now, but it's still a fun watch. It's The Stand by Stephen King. So this movie came out in 1994 as a TV series, and it's probably one of the favorite adaptations of Stephen King's books that I truly like. Most people talk about how it doesn't follow the book as much, but I think with the characters that you have involved and the story that's built for it, it does a pretty good job. And you also get to see some actors from the 90s that most of us know really well. You've got Molly Ringwald, who was in Pretty in Pink, as well as Breakfast Club. You also have Gary Sinise, who you probably know more from CSI New York. And the other big one that I can think of is Rob Lowe, who is the Atkins Diet superstar. The Stand takes place in present times and opens up with a military base where you get to see scientists that are tinkering with a virus and a little help from the dark forces. This super virus inadvertently gets released into the world and in a matter of weeks kills almost the entire population. While the virus is raging through the populace, you get to see two sides form, both good and evil. Each side starts amassing forces to overtake the other. The forces of good align with Mother Abigail and head their way to Colorado, while the forces of evil align themselves with the dark force Randall Flagg and head towards Las Vegas, which seems appropriate because, after all, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for the ending battle of this movie. The majority of this movie centers around character development. We get to see the characters before the virus actually takes over and after it decimates most of the entire population. We also get to see why they choose the sides that they choose. The final battle takes place somewhere between Las Vegas and Boulder, Colorado, and we get to stay with each character right up until they fulfill all of their destinies. For the first half of the movie, we get to see how the virus affects the population. We get to watch as the people die and the forces start to emerge and how they go through their choices to pick the sides that they end up being on. The second half of the movie focuses more on about the battle and how it's building to a head and how each character will play their part in winning their side of the battle. True to King's style, he tests his characters in his story, and he's really good at showing how people truly interact with each other when times are tight. It's a good study for any time in history, but it definitely seems a lot more relevant with everything that's going on in society right now. Who in their right mind would suggest watching a movie about a virus when you're stuck in your house on lockdown because of a virus pandemic? So I don't know about you, but enough about things that remind us of what we're going through. It's time for a little fun. The next suggestion I have for you is the Rush Hour series. And I know you're probably sitting there thinking, what the fuck? But hear me out. If you watch all three movies, that's another 6 hours of your day that you gotta kill. So you've already killed half your day. And you also get to hear Chris Tucker running around screaming like a little girl, and that's always enough to guarantee at least a chuckle or two. These movies aren't cinematic gold, but you do get to see Jackie Chan teaming up with Chris Tucker, and after all, that's a better combination than the number 2 combo from your local Chinese restaurant. I can't believe you just said that about this movie. Imagine the comments we're going to get. For me, these movies are much more like a modern day buddy movie and are very more similar to like an Abbott Costello flick. You get to see how two characters interact with each other. Jackie Chan being more the straight man who does his deadpan comedy, with Chris Tucker doing the over-the-top one-liners and physical comedy. And it doesn't matter if you're watching Rush Hour 1, 2, or 3, you can't get lost because it's pretty much the exact same story. You have the less than popular American renegade cop teaming up with the honorable Chinese super cop to save the day. In the first movie, they're trying to save the ambassador's daughter. The second movie, they're trying to save priceless Chinese artifacts that haven't seen the light of day in years. And in the third movie, you get to see them once again dealing with the ambassador, but this time saving his life from an assassination attempt. These movies aren't complex in any means, but the comedy sounds they're giving to you is definitely guaranteed for at least a chuckle or two during the 12 hours you're wasting in the day. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and enjoy a good buddy flick. So there you have it, 12 hours worth of movies that you can sit back and enjoy while you're on coronavirus lockdown, and that's half of a day gone. So now you gotta worry about heading to bed and waking up for the next day. The hell were you thinking suggesting those two movies? Of all the movies that there's out there to watch while you're stuck in your house on lockdown, those are the two that I chose? And this video is exactly why we'll never get a sponsorship from any movie studio to review movies. If you like any of these movies or you don't like any of these movies, definitely hit me up in the comments below. If you think there's other movies that I should consider, especially for my coronavirus lockdown, also let me know in the comment section. Remember to hit that subscribe button, and you can find me on various social medias. Check out the end of this video and my comment section for those. If you don't have these movies, again, look in the comment section. I'll link you to Amazon so that you can rent them, and let me know what you think about them. And by all means, if you're still looking for something else to do, please check out my blog. That's gayandthecle.com. Thanks for joining.